All right, all right, all right. Let me get all of this squared away. Let me just upload, or at least let me tweet out this really quick on Twitter, and then we'll hop right up and talk about the Xfinity series. And I have the Cup Series practice going on, but I'll certainly rewatch that and qualifying later today. Probably tonight. I'm thinking I'll go live tonight at some point. That's how I feel right now. That might change, but right now I'm interested in going live tonight and talking about Xfinity, or not Xfinity, the Cup Series construction. But we'll see. Right now I'm talking Xfinity DFS. Heck yeah. So if you guys want to start dropping questions or any thoughts and things, just get those lined up so I can start answering stuff. I just need to tweet this out. I gotta post this in Patreon because not Patreon, and Discord because I nearly almost always forget to do that. DFS. We'll do the good old fantasy NASCAR. DraftKings, there we go. Okay, let me do that. Let me tweet this out. This is a really, really, really fun slate, man. This is really fun. And I would much rather play slates like this than the one at like Vegas last weekend for Xfinity. I just wasn't a fan of last week. This one I really, really like. Because first and foremost, I really do believe that we're gonna run probably 45% of this race under caution, if not more, because NASCAR has been getting worse and worse with. Let me move this over. NASCAR has been getting worse and worse with taking so many laps to finish stages, and so whenever we finish a stage, we typically lose at the 2 mile tracks. We're losing like a Daytona. They would go like 7 laps in the next stage. At Las Vegas, we would go multiple laps in the next stage, and so really a stage break is like 12 laps under yellow, 10 laps under yellow. We get 2 of those for sure, so I'm gonna assume right there that's 20 laps under yellow. That's 20 fast laps that are not happening. Combine that with any other crashes that we have, and certainly oil on the track. I think we're losing anywhere from low end 35 laps to high end 55 laps under yellow today, and I think that's where I would put the range at. I think it might end up leaning towards more, but that really does hurt the upside of your lap leaders and the guys you construct. And I'll bring something on the screen in a second. But right now that really concerns me, and so that's my first concern. And then I'm giving a lot of people pretty average projections of really where people should finish. Like, I don't think it's crazy to give Herbst an 8th place finish. I don't think it's crazy to give Castle a 6th place. Allgaier 6th. I don't think that's insane at all. AJ Allmendinger, I'm sure he's going to get some. I'm sure he's going to get up there at some point. And as I just said, I think we're going to be under yellow. I think this is going to be a really short run type of race to where we're going to have restarts after restarts, and how crazy the dog leg gets and how crazy 1 and 2 gets. You're going to have guys flying up and through this field pretty easily. When we look back at the last couple Xfinity Series races, it typically always ends on like a green-white checkered or a very short run, and so you see guys constantly changing positions. If we go green, we're going to have guys go laps down. When we have that yellow, we're going to have a lot of wave around. So I fully expect the majority of this field to stay on the lead lap. And we've seen, bad cars that start in the back finish well. Well, now we have a lot of good cars, starting in the 20s, starting in the teens, starting outside the top 30 that are going to project to finish inside the top 20. And so right now, I believe Gragson does have the best car. He certainly has the best car in the long run. But in terms of nailing a lap leader, I'm not a big fan of Trevor Bayne, because I think right now I have Trevor Bayne projected to lead the first 20 laps, throwing 3 fast laps in there. I'm projecting him for the win as well. That's roughly around 55 points. He's going to get outscored by Landon Castle. He's going to get outscored by Justin Allgaier. He's going to get outscored by AJ Allmendinger. At least, if he's not outscored, it'll be very, very close. And so do I want to really lean on, wasting my drivers and my lineups to get guys who still may lead laps, but due to the fact that we might not have as many fast laps to distribute, due to the fact that I think Gregson's the main contender for a lap leader, and with my projections, if Gregson doesn't get the lead and doesn't get the projected fast laps and laps that I have, well then I'm going to completely just be on place differential. I like Josh Berry as well. I think Berry's an interesting play in terms of a lap leader as well. But even then, like, I have Berry projected right now for around 52 points. Yet again, I have Riley Herbst for 48. I have Brandon Brown for 48. And so everybody's very similar in projections. And so I think the optimal is going to have whatever lap leader either ends up surviving the carnage or being like the major primary lap leader, or it's going to be strict place differential. I think if you're building, a lineup that's chasing two lap leaders, like primarily lap leaders, like or dominators, I don't like using that word, but like potential dominators, Trevor Bayne, Gregson, Ty Gibbs, Sam Mayer, Josh Berry, and certainly guys starting in the back. The guys that I just mentioned there, as I just said, I have Trevor Bayne, I have Ty Gibbs, I have Berry, I have Mayer, really projected the same, and if not, they're projecting lower than the place differential plays in the back. And so that's my initial takeaway, and that's why I really do enjoy slates like this, because this construction is going to be incredibly fun to make. All right, let me go through some questions real quick, and then we'll start talking about Jade and everybody like that. What's going on? Eagles, Weatherman starting 10th. Fuck no, I ain't playing Weatherman. I don't think that stack is too risky. It's just the fact that I think either Berry or Gregson work. I don't believe that they both work together. It's the same. Parker is he's running Sieg's equipment, man. We've already confirmed that Sieg's equipment is good. And so this is my hypothesis for qualifying. So practice started at around 55 degrees. Qualifying started at around 59. Trevor Bayne was one of the first guys to go out there, and really, because just the way it all panned out, he was like the first good car to go out there early. And by the time we got to the end of qualifying, to where when Gregson went out, when Ty Gibbs went out, when we got to the main guys who had fast cars, it was nearly 66 degrees. And so that was an increase of nearly 10 degrees just from the practice session, and an increase of about 6 degrees from the start of qualifying to the end of qualifying. I think Gregson would have got the pole, and I think if Bayne would have ran during everybody else, I'd probably place him around 4th or 5th. That's my main concern with Trevor Bayne. I feel like he overqualified just due to the fact that he had a cooler track temp than the other guys. I think that's another thing. Like, I think Parker is good. We'll see. Just based off of practice, he's being competent. But I'm not playing Parker here. Colleague they did not qualify well. And that's why and I was in the sheet, that Pierce's sheet, because he's really busy today, and so he added some notes post practice, but all the ones where I'm bringing up like qualifying temps and stuff like that, that's me adding that in there, because I truly believe that qualifying temperature and the temperature between practice, qualifying, and the race, because we're going to be in the low 80s. NASCAR said 85, or the booth said 85. I'm looking at like 82, 84, somewhere around there for the time of the race today. I think that's huge as well. Nobody was running the PJ1 for Xfinity. Nearly everybody is up there running it for the Cup Series. And so there's a lot of variables and things that weren't used for Xfinity and weren't able to be used for Xfinity. And so that's why I believe that we saw so many teams have just poor qualifying, and not even like the big teams. Like, I closed out the sheet, but like Buford, the only reason Buford is starting 30-30 is because he got loose in turn 2. Yaley got loose coming to the stripe. We had David Starr, clearly, his theatrics and stuff. We had Herbst get loose out of 2. A lot of people were struggling in 2. A lot of people ended up being loose. It was probably a situation where they were too tight entering 1. They probably put a lot more throttle in it, and they would end up, sliding up the track in turn 2. We saw Hemrick run in the same situation, Castle as well. And so and that's another instance of these guys. I think not only not being used to qualifying, but everything that they used to do was really a 2-lap qualifying. And so normally if you mess up in one lap, you can make it up in the second one, or at least understand what happened. Here it's one lap, so if you mess up, your time is absolutely killed. And that's why we're seeing so many guys believe in the, or not believe, but qualify in the in positions that they shouldn't be. Let's see, I kind of answered that. Alfredo's fine, not worried about that. Let me get rid of this guy. And let me remove that because we got the bots in there. I have Mayor for, actually, let me bring it up on the screen. I have Mayor for, I got him for 46 points, man. So, like I said, I think Greg, if I had to rank terms of potential GPP dominator plays that aren't Gregson, I think Gregson's going to be popular just based on practice speed. But if I was going to chase a dominator, I would probably chase Bane, Gibbs, Josh Berry, and then Mayer. I'm not playing Bane. I know that for sure right now. I'm not playing Gibbs. Just due to, I don't like their upside and their projections. I like Berry probably the most if I was going to chase a guy who's not Gregson. But I really do believe that. How many laps are going to do? I'm thinking I'll do 7 lines. I think I'll do. I know I'll do 1 with Barry. I know I'll do 2 without a Dominator. At least 4. I might do 3 with Gregson. Not entirely sure. I haven't made the lineups yet. I've ran the enemy tool. I know the lineups. I know the construction rather, and I'm pretty sure I've written some lineups down that I'm probably gonna end up playing. But I don't think I'm gonna get to Sam Mayer right now. Let's see. Sanchez is gonna be in. I have and this is where I really do have to answer based on like projections wise. Like, let me get through these questions first, and then I actually talk about Sanchez and Buford and everything like that. Creed and Hill, I think they'll run fine, but DFS wise, it's going to be a no for me, dog. Just because there's so many plays in the back that I have projected to be higher than them. Moffitt has a sleeper. Even if Moffitt gets in even if Moffitt finishes top 10, what are we getting out of Moffitt? I gotta search Moffitt. Man, I got so many tabs open. Like Moffitt starts 18th. I got him projected for 13th. Let's give him a top 10 finish. What does that give us? That gives us. This thing is. It gives us 45 points. That's still lower than other guys. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Moffitt here. He's not in the pool for me. I think Allgaier is pretty good. His upside is there. I fully believe this is going to be just a disastrous race. We're going to have yellows left and right. So a lot of place differential is going to work out. Alfredo's going to be fine. There's no reason they should have issues. Any crew worth their sense can change that axle and not have it be an issue. All right, so let's talk about the value range real quick. Here, let me sort this because I think like this is a this is a fun slate to break down, and I'm not gonna give. I know I'm like giving projections away, but at the same time I'm not. I think I am keeping quite a few behind closed doors for the people that do support us on Patreon. However, I want to chat. What's the actually? I gotta sort this by. What is the what's the highest range you guys want to go to here? Oh shit! Did I hold on a minute? What did I do here? I actually did put the wrong one. let's see. So we got Starr, Massey, Parsons, Weatherman, Buford, Vargas, Retz. I'll bring it up to Sanchez. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's a lot of people. I'll do Joe Graff Jr. Actually, what is the let's see my salary left over. Are we gonna be pretty close on salary? I'm seeing a lot of 49, anywhere between 3 and 6s. So that's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll go to Parker. I'll black those out. I'll bring it to, that is sheet number 6 on the screen. So this is where I'm at in terms of projections for these guys in the back, in terms of value plays. And so I got Parker for, which a lot of these guys are near value, and that's just the situation that, yet again, we used to see before. I got to be really careful here to not land on DK points, just give them all away. I have to make sure I stay on the screen for that. So we're really close to having a lot of guys, either be near 5x or at least at a decent value that doesn't kill you. Like Sanchez at a 4.2. Nothing insane here. I got Parker at 4.7 at 26. But when we're down in the value range, Jade is by far the best play. We've seen him run extremely fast here before. We know he would have qualified way better. He got extremely loose out of turn 2. That killed his entire speed. He was tracking for probably about a 12th place finish, and that's where I thought he would have started. To be honest, I see Jade running in the top 17 all day. The issue comes from Jade has done that he did that last year in both races. Jade is great at short tracks, obviously. We all know that. But Jade is going to be up there racing. And what happened to Jade in both those races? He ran into issues. He got put in the wall on one of the final restarts and then wrecked in the other one because he's up there racing the whole time. So, sure, yeah, Jade's projected for 40. I fully believe that he's probably one of the highest projected guys in terms of points and in terms of ownership here in the lower value range. The thing comes from, and I've talked about it really all year this year. Like, none of these people in the series are showing any respect. Pierce has talked about it as well. These guys are just literally wrecking each other. There's no respect whatsoever. And it's not hard racing. These guys are just a bunch of idiots. Do I want to trust Jade being up there running with these idiots, knowing that he has the car to outrace probably 3/4 of the field? Jade has a chance to finish 12th today, And if we go back and I'm actually going to do that real quick. We'll do that live. I know this will be a bit of a lengthy answer and talk about Jade, but I'm going to bring it up and bring up his lap by lap data for the races last year to show you where he's running. In my brain, in my memory, I have so many tabs open. Good Lord, we're gonna X out of Cup Series practice. If somebody flips over and dies, let me know. But I'm going to bring up his lap-by-lap data on this side. And this is what concerns me about Jade. And this is going to take forever to load. So whenever this loads, we'll break it down. I'll answer some other questions before I get there. Let's see. Oh, there's no more questions. We're just kind of chilling here. But yeah, so anyway, right now, while this stuff is loading, Jade is the chalk play in the bottom. High upside, easily 50-50 to be optimal. That's what I'd put at. If he just performs well, doesn't get caught up in the thing, he's for sure going to be optimal. But he's going to be up there racing with people. And not only is he going to be flying through the field, excuse me, this is a race to where a lot of these guys are going to be flying through the field trying to make positions. That just seems like a dangerous race here. So let's go. We're going to look back at Jade's first Phoenix race, and you guys can get this by supporting me, supporting Pierce at Patreon. Either use the link above or just use the link below in the description, and you can go and support us. And you can find this out on your own. And you can always look towards this. It's a great thing. It's a great situation, and this is why Jade looks so great. So let's look. This is the first Phoenix race last year. Started 32nd. Hey, where is he starting today? What is he, 33rd? 33rd. All right, so we're identical to Jade in the in the Phoenix race last year. We have competition caution on lap 21. He's up to 29th. Comes out of the competition caution on lap 27. Doesn't pit. He falls to 31st at the end of stage 1. Leaving stage 1, he leaves pit road in 26. We have a caution right off the bat in lap 59. He gains some positions from that. On lap 68, we have another yellow. He's in 21st. We come out of that yellow. He is in 21st. He starts cutting through the field. Goes from 22nd to 19th. The end, and then we have the end of stage 2. He comes out of stage 2, lap 99 and 20th. He is up to 18th on 112, gets passed again, battling for 18th. We have another yellow on lap 125. He is in 18th at this point in the race. Lap 130, Jade is in 17th, and we have another yellow, lap 132. At this point, Jade is running 15th. Late in the day, lap 145, restart, probably 8 at this point. Jade is running 12th. We have another yellow. He is still in 12th, running 13th, inside the top 10 on lap 161. Jade is racing hard for a top 10 here. We have a yellow on lap 167. He's in 12th, 172. Jade is in 10th place. And then Jade gets wrecked on lap 180 and falls to 24th. Actually, yeah, that's what happened. Yeah, he gets put in the wall and he finishes... so he gets put in the wall on lap 179, no yellow, crosses the line at 24th. I assume that's probably the last car in the lead lap. They have a yellow on lap 193. They restart with 2 to go, and he finishes 20th. Very up and down day for Jade in the first race. That's my concern. Now, if he does that, 20th, it's going to be pretty close to being a good play. We'll look at Phoenix 2 here. I'm pretty sure this is the one where he does flat out get absolutely killed. Phoenix race number 2 starts 15th. Drops to 21st on lap 24, running 22nd. I don't believe we have... We got a lot of data missing here, actually. Oh, this is the... Yeah, I remember what happened here. NASCAR really did script the data on this one. Anyway, so at lap 90, he's still in 17th. He's running, depending on where the cautions come out, anywhere from 17th to 22nd. And then he gets wrecked on lap 193 and finishes 33rd. That's my main concern with Jade, is that the guy is going to show up, he's going to race inside the top 20 like he did both races last year, and get punted by some kid who's like, got to make a name for myself here. That's the main concern on Jade. I got him for 40th right now. Because of that, I'm going to play Jade. Okay, I'm going to have him in a few lineups. However, I'm curious on who's the punt down here that would either outscore him or be the highest scoring driver if Jade gets into a wreck. That is what I haven't determined yet. I'm not exactly sure where I'm going to go with that. I think I'm leaning towards Ryan Vargas being the pivot off of Jade. I do, however, like Mason Massey and David Starr, because if I'm using either one of those two, I'm most likely on builds that are different than the Jade builds. That's my train of thought right now. I think, anyway, that's a very long-winded answer on Jade. I think it's very much a 50-50 if he wrecks. And that's for that is, I like Brandon Brown. Star, that's, yeah, I'm glad I got there. Track history doesn't matter, because this race is going to be so ugly. I truly believe this race is going to be hideous. I think if we get anything less than 8 cautions, I'm going to be shocked. And so I'm not looking at track history. I'm looking up straight up upside for this race here. Ownership up top. We'll go over here, and we'll kind of rank these here. And I think in terms of rank, this is probably the same as projections wise, but I think we're going to have quite a bit of ownership to Allgaier. I think we're going to have quite a bit of ownership to Gregson. And that's also a reason why I like Landon Castle so much. I like A.J. Allmendinger so much, because I believe people are going to focus in on Justin Allgaier and Noah Gregson. I like Herbst. I even like Hemrick. And I think, even though these are like my rankings, it's still very similar to probably how ownership is going to play out in that case. Let me look. I'll probably be playing a lot of people from colleague. I'll probably have not necessarily team stacks, but I know I'm gonna have lineups with Hemrick, Ajomnir, and Landon Castle. Just and really, Hemrick is Hemrick and AJ are interesting. I actually like Hemrick more as a tournament play. Like instead of being like, oh, who's the dominator that I need to who's the sneaky dominator? I think I'm just gonna go to Hemrick, call it a day. I don't think he's gonna have the amount of ownership that he should have. It's $10,000, so it's a bit of a difficult situation to get in if you are chasing, Justin Allgaier, Gregson, or like another high dollar guy. The only issue is if we got Spreadsheet Warriors, we'll end up seeing him play him because he won the last race here. I don't necessarily like that. I like Hemrick for a top 5. We'll have to see. Let's see, man. In terms of Ty Gibbs excelling, even if Ty Gibbs excels, so a lap led is 0.25, man. Place differential is 1. And so there's a lot of guys who are going to have 10, 12, 15 place differential points here. And that's a ton of laps that Gibbs has to lead to make up for that. So yet again, that's why I'm hesitant on Gibbs is going to have a great day in real life. He'll most likely finish top 5. Fantasy, I think he'll probably be a scorer that finishes probably 17th to 12th, highest in DraftKings scoring. And so personally for me, I'm not playing Bane, I'm not playing Gibbs. That's just where I'm at today. Yeah, Herbst is gonna be popular. I think you have to play Herbst in line. This is why I enjoy this line. I enjoy this. I might actually end up entering more lineups because I like the construction of so many different ways you can go here. Favorite cash guy, 9K up besides Allgaier. Pretty much the guys I have on the screen. Let's see. Finishing position on Ramen Noodle Boy. I have him as 18th right now, which is still going to be a great day fantasy-wise. That's just me projecting where the guy should run in general. Even with that, he's going to blow value out of the freaking water. Anthony Alfredo, his base should be at least 5.5x. That I think that 18th has him at like 6. It doesn't matter. Like, it's not even like where does he project to finish unless you're betting, which I don't know why you'd bet Anthony Alfredo in this situation. But it's pretty much like if Alfredo finishes 17th or higher, he's optimal. If he's 22nd to 18th, he's debatable. And if he finishes like 24th, it's still not a terrible play. Your lineup will not die if Alfredo finishes there. That's where we're at. Let me see. We'll do the count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I have 16 guys projected over 5x. If I look at close 5x, we're near like 27 drivers. This is a pretty fun slate. I like this a lot, actually. Why do we? If you're and see, man, I hate Prize Picks so much, man. They take so long. They drag their ass. Which maybe that's a reason why. Maybe did they? I think they did. I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure they're one of the. I'm pretty sure they're one of the sponsors I turned down at some point. I don't remember, but I never like. The only thing I ever go on Prize Picks are the lowest. The lowest numbers I can find. I typically like hitting overs on Prize Picks, and it's normally never any of like the big name drivers. Laps led. Wait, what is this? Hold on. Do you like under over on 15 laps led on Gibbs today? I don't see that, driver. That is fast laps. That is not laps led. It is 18.5 fast laps. I think laps led and fast laps are no bets in general. But gun to my head, I'd put under for Ty Gibbs getting that many fast laps. But I don't like any of those. See, these, I don't, I don't like Prize Picks, man. They're just, I like them so much more for stick and ball sports and for Counter Strike, especially, and that's why they stopped offering the damn assist on Counter Strike. Man, it was so soft. Uh, and they take so long. Like I can't wait all day for Prize Picks to post their Xfinity board, man. I got to upload my PDF and everything. Um, yeah, Alfredo should be. I mean, I fully expect like we're gonna have people who have no business finishing top 15, finishing top 15. Like for me, I got Parsons projected for 21st. He should not finish there. That is like a ceiling play from Parsons. That guy will most likely wreck, but there's so many guys in this race that are gonna wreck and have so many issues. Bailey Curry, I have him at like 15th, you know? I'm not saying these are plays, I'm just saying how I'm kind of projecting everybody back here. I think a lot of the guys starting in the 20s or past 25th have the chance to finish low 20s or teens, man. That's just how a race is going. That's why, and I hate when it's like, not hate it, but like, I hate when it does turn to a place differential race, because there's a chance that the optimal lineup's going to be duplicated, and even just with the amount of laps and the amount of fast laps we're going to lose, I truly believe it's a one dominator lineup in the optimal. It just depends on who that is. And if it's not Gregson, well, I'm still fine. I'll still most likely cash with the majority of these lines. Chasing place differential here. Yeah, like Brandon Brown seems like a guy who's gonna go under owned based like head to head. I think Brown, Snyder, Gralla, LeBay, Herbst, um, a lot of these guys in the 5K range have a very equal chance to be optimal, and the ownership's not going to reflect that. And so this is much more of a just trying to get different at one or two spots, or play a guy who has a very similar upside who's not getting looked at the same. Which I think we'll leave. We got quite a bit of time left for the slate locks. Let me look real quick, because this will be one for sure that I will dabble in looking. I'm sure other people will upload Xfinity videos. Yeah, we got two hours till lock. I'll probably spend the next 30 minutes trying to read as much stuff as I can just to get an idea of where ownership's going to go, and try and be different. Oh, good to go. Good job, Stenhouse. Good job, buddy boy. I think that's where we're at right here. How long have we been live? Live for about half an hour. Um, this is a fun. This is a fun slate, man. This is a slate where I do want to enter a lot of lines, a lot of different routes I want to go. Head to head, man. Who I like the most? Who I want to target the most? I think Allgaier has a high. Actually, let me look real fast. I do have Allgaier projected to get some laps led late in this race, and that's me thinking, lap 160, Allgaier's up there on a restart doing something crazy. Tires are going to be huge too, man. We're going to have uh, tires are going to wear like crazy. So it also depends on how many sets of tires do you have with like 50 laps to go. Um, if I was a crew chief, I'd be like, look, we are going to try and save tires the first stage and a half, really up into stage 2, man. We're trying to save tires. I want to have tires late in this race. Um, yeah, Allgaier has Allgaier has a high chance. I think I'd put what is. Let me look at this real quick. I like my ownerships real quick. Where's this one to go? Yeah, it's one to just shove in Jade Buford. I want to try and be under owned on that, and just in the situation where Jade does wreck. Um, but my primary pool of drivers are Herbst, Castle, Allgaier, and Brown, and I'm just gonna try and get different with different builds of using like Hemrick and AJ Allmendinger to try and get different lines going. And Alfredo. Throw Alfredo into that as well. Yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at. What makes you like Barry? I think, like, see, this is. I think Barry's gonna have a great day, real life. Like, so I would like Barry to bet like a top 5 or a top 3. Fantasy wise, it just determines, like, if Barry works, then you need Gregson to basically just die today. Somebody needs to take out Gregson. Somebody needs to take out Trevor Bayne. And Gibbs needs to run into issues, and then I think Barry's fourth in line to lead laps, and then you just got to hope he can actually hold off, Allgaier, and the guys starting the back when they do get up there. But I have Barry for 51.9 points today, and that is one of the lower projections at the top of all my projections. So. I'm gonna have a lineup with Barry on there just in case he does end up running away with this race, because he's a short track boy. He's gonna be good on them short tracks, and he has experience with this track. This is one. Obviously, he's going back to a lot of tracks this year, but this is a track like right off the bat where he's had experience in stock cars, and he doesn't necessarily have to have that learning hurdle that really hasn't slowed him down at all. But he doesn't have to deal with that at all. See, I think at this point we're about at, or I've about talked to everything I wanted to, and I think this is the main discussion that everybody was curious about, and it's pretty much clear as day of just Jade being the highest projected driver back here. It just depends on what Jade does, So I want to get different in a sense. I'll probably at least still have 30% Jade, but that'll be way under the field. Either get different with the build here, or get different in the 10K range of guys who still offer similar upside, guys who offer a ton of place differential. And the way to get different, I think an interesting way to get different is, which is why I don't like the term dominator, but if you not even fading, like if you build lineups that don't have Ty Gibbs, don't have Gregson, don't have Bayne, and you play in situations where you do end up playing the guys here that I've listed as an A, and they end up becoming a lap leader, then it really just falls into a PD type of lineup. Like you're playing Allgaier for his place differential, but if he happens to lead laps, then you're taking away from the dominators that other people are going to be playing. And so if it ends up being a case to where like Allgaier's up there and he ends up leading like 40 laps, Hammer gets up there, leads 30 laps or whatever, it's still just more and more of a place differential type of lineups. Oh, we got a good question. Thank you, ACS. In terms of equipment, normally it would concern me. But just due to the fact that and this is where I'm at. Like if this race goes green, then the value range is going to be hindered by the guys who are going to go laps down very quickly, because we're going to see guys go lap. I'm going to guess probably lap 12 we have our first guy go a lap down. So if it goes green, it just hinders the upside of the value plays because their equipment is so bad. I'm on the hill of we're going to have so many restarts here and so many wave arounds that we're still going to probably have 28 cars on the lead lap, probably entering stage 3 if we end up getting yellows at the start, and we'll certainly have probably 22 something guys on the lead lap if we enter like lap 180, and just going in and out of cautions and stuff. I think we're going to have a lot of guys on the lead lap due to place differential, or not due to place differential, due to wave arounds and cautions. And so like Mason Massey is going to be slow as molasses. I like Mason Massey, man. Nobody's going to play Mason Massey. Starting 31st, it wouldn't shock me if he finishes 22nd just due to people being stupid. Realistic upside of that happening, probably not high, but equipment concerns are not on the table for me this week. Certainly actually having qualifying back, that eliminates a lot of the slower cars. And I think that's where we're at. I think I'm going to end it there. Give you guys, your 2 hours to build lines. Watch the end of Cup stuff if you do that. I always do that later tonight. yeah, so best of luck. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll be live tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Eastern, 9 o'clock my time, 10 a.m. Eastern. Talking about the Cup Series and stuff, and I might be live, might not be tonight. It just depends on how I'm feeling. Goofing around on my channel, building lines and doing my stuff. But anyway, thank you for tuning in, and best of luck, guys. And let's root for Rex, man. Enjoy the Rex. We're already on a bad omen, man. When NASCAR sent out David Starr, like, we're just week after week of just dumb officiating, dumb calling. Like, how do we not have Rex in this race? Come on now. But yeah, we'll see you guys later. We'll see you guys tomorrow.